Salutations friends, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to talk to you guys about 10 really sexy fragrances I think would be fantastic to wear on Valentine's Day. If you'd like to know what I think, then keep watching. 10 fragrances from my collection that can be worn by anyone that would smell really good on everyone. The other thing is that this list is very subjective, so obviously there's going to be some scents here that people agree with or don't agree with. This is my personal opinion, so take it what you will, but I always like to know what you guys think. If you think that fragrances deserve to be on these lists, if you think I've missed something, let me know in the comment section below if you'd like to add or amend to my list. In any case, let's get into it. Yes, that definitely. First one we're going to talk about has been become one of my favorite scents since I first experienced it. I'm obsessed with this fragrance. I'm thinking about selling my smaller bottle to get a larger bottle. It's one of my favorite layering fragrances. It's just so sexy, and it's Lost Cherry from Tom Ford. This scent is fizzy and boozy and sweet and syrupy and fruity, and it's so freaking delicious. Like the bitter almond note in here, and you guys know if you watch my videos, my thoughts on almond in fragrances, I'm like obsessed. Just really ties everything together and just makes this a fantastic just feast for the olfactive nose. I know that's redundant, but it just makes it a feast for the senses. It's just alluring, it's sensual, it's sexy, it's so good. My favorite one to layer it with, which is also a part of this list, is a Baccarat Rouge 540, the Extrait de Parfum. Specifically the Extrait, not the Eau de Parfum. I do like to layer this with the Eau de Parfum, but I prefer it with the Extrait because of that added bitter almond note. It really ties them together. This combination here is just amazing. This also helps this lasts longer and just kind of prolongs the lifespan of it on your skin. But these two together are so beautiful. You guys know what I think about this scent. I don't need to go on and on and on about it, but this is definitely like something that's really special that I absolutely love. Definitely made it to this list. Another one that you've seen on these lists before, and if you guys watch my videos or if this is your first time tuning in, I like to give you guys my real opinions on lists. So they'll be updated every year, every 2 years, every 3 years, how often I do these videos. But if there's a fragrance that I still think rings true as to be better than others in my collection, it will still be a part of those lists. And one scent that's constantly on these sexy lists is Rose Explosion from Viktor and Rolf. This is a flanker to Flowerbomb with the added saffron and rose in here. This scent is memorable. This scent is sexy. This scent has impact. This scent grabs attention. It is so freakishly good. Like, track it down, grab a bottle of this if you want something powerful and sexy and floral and just will command attention. That's this fragrance. It is amazing and definitely will for a long time be a part of lists. So if you hate redundant lists, I'm so very sorry. Another one to my collection I got a few months ago, but still one I love very much, is from Ormonde Jayne, and it's Taif Intensive. This one is the flanker to Taif. You guys know how much I love that scent. I definitely want to do a video where I talk to you guys in depth about rose scents and how each different rose smells and how it's utilized in different fragrances. I'm doing the same thing with tea. That video is coming out very soon, guys. But this one right here is just kind of like the sexier version of Taif. There's something really syrupy and just molten about it, but at the same time, it's still got that really beautiful, distinctive Taif rose in there. And it's just so good on the skin. It just smells so good. Definitely one if you want to be a little bit more seductive, a little bit more mysterious, not wear something that everyone else is wearing, but still smell really attractive. Taif Intensivo from Ormonde Jayne is. If you want something more true to a gourmand and like a delicious piece of chocolate, I definitely recommend Angel Muse. It's not so much chocolate, more as it's praline and cream, but it kind of reminds me of those like truffles or those bonbons that have that kind of like crispy brittle in the center with a little bit of milk chocolate. Not chocolate, but reminiscent of kind of like a nutty piece of candy you'd get in a chocolate box. So excuse the chocolate metaphor. But this scent, for the longest time, has been on a lot of people's lists as a favorite gourmand, as a favorite sexy scent. It's so wearable, it's so delicious, it's so sexy, and it's so beautiful. And it's definitely something that if you like gourmand fragrances, it's worth checking out. And it's a great scent to wear on Valentine's Day if you're trying to kind of make yourself smell delectable and delicious. My favorite scent, though, when it comes down to smelling delicious in regards to fragrance, for some reason, this one still, like in my mind, just screams to me sexy, fragrance, beautiful, just like everything about this scent is amazing. It's one of my most complimented scents. It's so gorgeous and delicious, and it kind of takes on the same feeling of Angel Muse in regards to kind of like that praline. And it's Oud Bouquet from Lancome. This is their Maison Lancome line. Now this is the newer formulation. This is less intense than the original formulation, which is in that kind of mosaic bottle. I do love both formulations, but there is a difference. This one specifically, though, you get less of that intense sugar and a little bit more of kind of a crystalline rose syrup. And it's so sexy on the skin, and it makes an impact, and I get asked all the time and complimented whenever I wear it. It is such a gorgeously delicious, sexy scent and would be perfect for Valentine's Day. I think a more subtle but still really beautiful and impactfully mysterious scent is Black Perfecto from Guerlain. Some people really like this scent, some people don't like this fragrance. I don't think that it has as much impact as these other fragrances on this list, but I also wanted to mention it because sometimes people don't want bold out there scents. They want a more intimate, demure, but still alluring and sophisticated sex appeal in regards to their scent. And I think this one is it. And it's also very easy to wear. It's very, it's just confidence boosting. You wear it and you know you smell good, you know you smell pretty. And I just think that having that type of scent on a list like this is really good. I don't want it to all be crazy loud scents that are like overtly in your face with just their mass sex appeal or their crazy sweetness or their crazy florals. Sometimes it's nice to have something that's a little bit more understated, but still nonetheless very sexy and wearable. And I find this to be that scent. Now, some people find it to be more impactful. I find it to be really beautiful, but compared to the other fragrances on this list, it's definitely more on the understated demure line, but at the same time it still packs a punch. Now this list wasn't in 1 to 10, but the last 3 I kind of wanted to give a little bit of time each and kind of explain because they each fit into a different category. One's very floral, one's very sweet, and one's very not either of those, but I still find to be very sexy. So the first one is Royal Rose Oud from Micallef. This is one that I had initially sold and I missed and I repurchased. And there's just something, again, about this jammy rose with that oud. It's just really sweet on the skin. It's really impactful. And I think it summarizes a lot of these scents perfectly in regards to that beautiful mix of like rose, which is a very romantic flower for Valentine's Day. It's perfect with that sugary, sexy sweetness that it has on top of like that kind of woody aromatic base that it has that kind of balances everything out. It just smells really sexy, really beautiful on men and women, not women. And it's also just something that's very alluring and draws you to the person wearing it. You want to know what they're wearing, you want to know what they're doing. There's just something about them that's very enticing. The next one to me is Molten Sexuality in a Bottle. And I've talked about this fragrance before. And the reason why I love this one is it's because it's such a beautiful mix of powdery, sweet syrup, like super sweet syrup, like think like dark cane syrup, and leather, and it's Cuir Amethyste from Armani Prive. This scent just smells so velvety soft in like a very sexy way. It's got a molten dripping sweetness to it with that really sexy leather note. There's just a lot going on in this scent in all the right ways. Like it really just kind of rounds everything up that you think would be in a sexy scent. Something sweet, something leather, something kind of molten, enticing, and mysterious. This one just smells so freakishly good and so sexy, and I just like the fact that it's got that leather kick to it, which, you know, if you're into that. But as a fragrance, sorry, I'm so sorry. As a fragrance, there we go. I find leather to be one of the most attractive scents on men and women because it is so different, but that leather has to be balanced. It has to be balanced with something to kind of draw out the beauty of the leather and all its positives, but balance all of the cons. If you have too much leather, you're gonna smell like a dusty old couch. You wanna smell like a beautiful, supple, soft, buttery piece of leather. There we go. I know, this is really bad. Really sorry. And with this, it's the sweetness. That sweetness, balance it out. It smells like syrup on a sexy leather dress, and there's just something really sexy about that on men and women, and this is a very impactful, very strong fragrance. Perfect for Valentine's Day. This next one has nothing that these other fragrances have. Not like a floral presence, not an overtly sweet presence, but there's something so sexy about the scent. And the name is Sex Magic from House of Matriarch. What I like about this scent is it kind of takes you to this very enchanting forest and you get taken there. Like, again, I'm sorry, all these analogies are really bad. I'm really embarrassed for myself. But it takes you there to this kind of like dry, woodsy, enchanted forest, and that's what I love about Christie's creations is they're very transportive. And this kind of dry wood, that's very distinctively, these woods, very distinctively dry, but not like arid. There's just something about this scent that I find to be so sexy on the skin, and it's just so enticing and it's so beautiful, and you can layer it with a lot of different things. And I find this to be kind of like what you don't think you would wear for Valentine's Day, but what you should wear for Valentine's Day, especially for people who aren't overtly fond of super sweet and super floral fragrances. If you still want to have an impactful fragrance that sounds sexy, mysterious, sophisticated, and enticing, but you're like, I hate sweet fragrances, I hate florals, I don't like this, this is a great alternative, and it just smells so beautifully just attractive on the skin. I think I've embarrassed myself enough for this video, so we're gonna end it right here. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I'd love to know what fragrances you think deserve to be on this list, and also what fragrances you don't think deserve to be on this list. What fragrances in your collection are you excited to wear for Valentine's Day or you would recommend? Let me know in the comment section below. As always, guys, thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you next time. Bye.